Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I would like to take the time to explain the very basics of nodes, workers, and how you can get started off with your empire. In order to get started with your node empire, you must have some contribution points. This is the third mini experience bar you'll see beside your level. Contribution points are used for investing in nodes and your workers for hire. Contribution points are earned through turning in byproducts produced from cooking, farming, or by completing quests. Regardless of how you earn contribution XP, contribution points are required to get this started. I recommend cooking for the fastest way to level up your contribution levels in the beginning. You may also use contribution points for various workshops, extra storage space, your own home, and lodging to provide homes for your workers. The purpose of this video will be to show you how to hire workers and begin putting them to work. Moving on, the first thing we must do before anything is we must find a node. Nodes are discovered by walking into their general area. Nodes are then unlocked by talking to the node manager and investing contribution points into that area. Do note that if you have a value pack, you will not have to talk to the node manager in order to invest contribution points into it, but you will need to have the node unlocked. This will also consume 10 of your available energy if you are to use this remotely. Okay, so the node is unlocked. In this example, I will be getting the node that contains iron ore. You will notice that I can't unlock this node yet until I've invested into the previous node that will connect to this one. Nodes work like a pathway. You have to first build the path in order to send a worker to the desired destination. Now that we have invested in this, we can now connect our pathway to our iron ore node. Let's invest in our iron ore node. Once we have done this, we must go a step further and invest in the iron ore itself. Now we have our pathway to our iron ore node and we can begin the process of sending a worker there. Now how do we get a worker? Workers require housing in order to be hired. In order for you to give them housing, you must invest in lodging for them to live in. Now before I go further into this, I would like to point out that all cities will provide you with one lodge for one worker. If you need more, here is how to do it. Open your map and select the city. At the top right hand side, you will see 3 tabs. Click the middle one and then select lodging in the drop-down. This will display all the lodging in that city selected. From there, you will select the lodging and purchase it for its labeled price with your available contribution points. After the purchase is made, a cooldown will show how long it takes to complete. After this finishes, you're ready to hire another worker. At the top right hand side, you will see an NPC icon. Click this and select the worker option. This will auto path you to the closest worker supervisor. Talk to the worker supervisor and select the contract worker option. Do note that this will consume 5 energy to view one worker. If you get a worker that you do not want to hire, you can view another one at the cost of an additional 5 energy. Do also note that you never want to hire a naive worker. I will get more into this later. A green goblin will do just fine to start. Let's hire them. Now that we have our worker, it is time to send them to work. Open your map and select the node. From there, select the material and select the worker to go there. Make sure you change their workload to max so they won't stop until they run out of energy, and then select Start Work. Congratulations! You've now begun your empire and can now begin your plans for global domination. No, seriously though. All the materials gathered from your worker will show up in the city's storage that you hired them in. Now, as your worker continues to gather resources, eventually they will become tired and need to be re-energized. There is only one way to bring up their spirits: beer.
Are you really drinking a beer before work? You damn right I'm having a beer. What? Have you been to that fucking job? No. Have you dealt with them fucking idiots all day?
Yes, beer is literally the only thing that keeps these folks happy and on their toes. You will be able to replenish all of your workers by selecting the Recover All option and be able to send them back previously to what they were doing by selecting the Repeat All function. You can purchase beer through the marketplace, or you can cook beer yourself. The recipe is very simple and a great first thing to consider learning how to cook. Now, remember how I said you don't want to hire those naive workers? Over time, your workers will level up and acquire more skills to make them more efficient at specific tasks. You will also notice that you will have the ability to promote them to their next tier. But be warned, naive workers cannot be promoted. Promotions will take 24 hours to complete, and they will have a chance to either succeed and proceed to the next tier or fail and remain the same. If they succeed, they will return to level 1 and their skills will reset while proceeding to the next tier. If you have a worker you don't like, you can remove them by selecting them and selecting the fire option, or by registering that worker at the worker exchange through the worker supervisor. Consider keeping an eye on the worker exchange, as sometimes valuable workers do get posted here and you will be able to purchase them for a price. Over time, your contribution level will become higher, your empire will expand, and your passive income will grow. Workers can be utilized for more tasks such as upkeeping farms and in-city workshops. I will go on to explain this in more detail at a later time. Right now, I would like to leave it here and leave you with the very basics on how to get started with your empire when first entering the game. Hopefully, this video helps you learn how to get your workers started and leaves you with questions on what nodes you should be choosing from here. Be aware that unlocking nodes in the game helps you discover more of the in-game map and levels up the total amount of energy you have, so it's good to discover these over time. In the beginning, if you want to cook, I recommend unlocking these 4 nodes near Valia and these 2 nodes near Heidel for wheat, potatoes, and corn. All 3 of these materials you can use to cook for beer to feed your workers, and as well to create an item called Essence of Liquor, which is a great item to make for easy contribution experience. In the description, I will provide a great website that will show you all of the node locations, and I will provide 2 links leading to the recipes of beer and Essence of Liquor. If this video was helpful, please make sure to leave it with a like. If you would like to see more content from this channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you have any questions or suggestions for the next video, be sure to leave your ideas and questions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.